Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In case you're new here, I am the ADHD gardener and I use gardening, houseplants, and humor as a form of therapy. And I went to Lowe's this morning to get some materials for my greenhouse that I'm building outside. But of course I have to stop at the clearance section. And guess what I found? I found this really cool philodendron. But before we get into that, in case you're new to this channel, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel and hit the notifications bell. I drop a video every week and sometimes in between now because I like plants, and if I see something that I want to share with you guys, I'm gonna drop the video. I got this at the clearance section in the Lowe's and I wanted to buy it because it was $5 and it's in my budget. So I am here to see if I can salvage this plant that I got, because it has like a funky smell, and that's one of the ways that you can tell if your plant is on its way out due to root rot. And the first way I can tell right away is the smell. Does your plants give off a really nasty smell? It smells sour, it smells rotting. You know, in Spanish, we call it something like that, bombao. It smells bombao, but it means like a sour smelling, just rotted odor, and it's really nasty. So I can tell already when I first bought the plant that I literally picked up the plant and I put it to my nose and I could smell that. But the leaves look so good, and as you can see, it's got a lot of green. So I wonder if I can save it. So I took it out of the pot already. And as you can see, it's tightly bound. Aside from it, I don't want to say it's not really root bound, but it's one lump chunk. Like I tried separating this, I've tried breaking it down. It does not work. It's like one lump chunk. So I want to say it's root bound, but don't quote me on that. If it's one giant chunk like this, I mean, there's no way to get through this. I want to call it root bound. I wanted to separate, loosen up the soil, loosen up the roots a little bit to see, to try to get out that dirt that's all too moist and damp for this plant. And apparently I can't, but the roots don't smell bad. They're not mushy. So one of the things, a few things to look out for when you have or you suspect root rot is, aside from the smell, is how are the roots looking? Are they mushy? Do they look discolored? This one looks pretty good. They don't feel mushy. They don't feel soft. They didn't lose their color. They will go kind of grayish. They'll turn brown. It's just nasty, man, really nasty. But you can totally tell from a healthy plant, healthy roots, to a really smelly one, because they're gonna smell. But this one looks pretty good. I don't feel nothing mushy. I don't really smell anything. I did smell it over here. That's where I'm smelling it. But I have an idea why it's smelling there, but the roots seem fine, which means I can try to save this. However, I can't really separate the roots, being that it's so root bound, so I can't open it up to loosen up that soil that it's been compacted in, and that I think is what's holding on to the moisture. So I have a problem here. It's a situation, but you know what I mean. I just say that. This plant is huge, and I'm 5'7", you guys. I'm pretty tall, and this plant is like way taller than me. It's pretty nice. I'm gonna trim off some dead leaves. Some leaves that are looking kind of bad. See how this one looks all discolored and whatnot. I have a pair of scissors handy. Of course, you may wanna disinfect your scissors, so you don't want to risk infection or crossing infection, but I want to say I did this before the video. See that? It's not looking too good. I did read that this plant does not like a lot of no direct sunlight. They can scorch or burn the leaves. So a lot of indirect. You want to keep it in the shade, but bright lights. So if you're gonna keep it indoors, by a window, or your south-facing window is even more awesome. Luckily my bedroom is south-facing window, so I'm gonna put this sucker right in there. I can't seem to separate the roots at all. It's just one big root ball. Like, I can't at all. And it's hard, it's stuck with all that peat moss or whatever medium that they're using inside of it. So I have no choice really but to repot it. And that's what I'm gonna do right now. But if you've ever messed with one of these plants that has a root ball just like this, would you separate it? Drop a comment and let me know. Would you separate this kind of plant? Not this kind of plant, but this kind of root ball. Would you and could you separate this? Drop a comment and let me know. Have you tried it? I have no idea. I've tried at least one time and it did not work out so well. So I'm just gonna leave it in here and repot it. I have right here, it's kind of hard to see because I'm so tall. So, okay. I have this big pot. It's about 9-inch, 10-inch pot, but it's a lot bigger on the top. So, and on top of that, I have charcoal on the bottom. Now, I know they use charcoal for plants, or not for plants, for potters that doesn't have a drainage hole. This one has no drainage hole on the bottom. So I put some charcoal. What it does is it kind of absorbs all the extra water so it doesn't sit at the bottom of the planter. And also it kind of just purifies it. I don't know if it purifies it all the way, but it kind of kills whatever bacteria or anything that's just sitting down at the base of your planter. And I'm sure it's more detailed, more than that, but that's the gist of what I got of it. So I have that lining the bottom of this because this pot does not really drain that well. There is a drainage hole, but it's not the best. So I want to help it along, and I put, this is dirt right here, but underneath the dirt, I put a bunch of charcoal on the bottom of it. See if that helps. Maybe it won't help right now, but in the future for waterings and anything, I don't want it sitting in water at all. I don't want to go through this again. So that's what I got. It's a nice pot, I gotta say. Too bad it doesn't drain well. It's kind of a sucky, have you ever seen a lot of these pots that are really nice, but they have poor drainage holes, if they have any at all? Like, come on now. I mean, yeah, it's nice for decoration, but is it functional? No. Thank God for charcoal. I gotta get this out of the way. So, let me just put it behind my head, okay? So I am using organic potting mix. You can use any kind you want to, but I'm doing everything organic, so of course I'm gonna use organic soil. Now, I have noticed over the years of just me messing with plants and potting and whatnot, that a lot of the potting soil mixes that you can get at your home improvement stores or whatever, they're really dense and they hold on to a lot of moisture. A lot of moisture. So even when you give your plants a thorough watering, sometimes they can just hold on to a lot of moisture. So what I do now, and for all my future ones, is I add perlite to this. No lie, it looks like styrofoam. It's so weird. I thought it was styrofoam. I know it's not, but it looks just like styrofoam. So you mix this, you mix that into your potting soil so you can have some nice drainage. Because if you're not gonna have some good drainage, I'm telling you, this will root rot and die. So I'm gonna fill this up. All I did was just add some of that to your standard potting soil mix. As I have repotted this plant, I will update you guys on my plant, and I really hope that I can save this sucker. Oh wait, hold on. Spoke too soon. Gotta chop that leaf off. Look at how mushy the stem is. Can you see that? Oh, that stem is so mushy. I'm hoping that is the only one that I'm gonna find in the future from now on. I wanna thank you guys for chilling with me as I potted my Philodendron Find. I so appreciate this, and give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it, and thank everybody that's taking the time to chill with me on my journey to plants. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notifications bell. I drop a video every week, and now recently maybe I'll be dropping a few more impromptu videos. So thanks for chilling with me, and I will see y'all next time.